Hello and welcome to Driven Mad. Now today I'm going to concentrate on my lovely Mini, but this is, for want of a better phrase, driving me mad. I'll put some closer pictures in, but you can see there's some marks all on the plastic trim, and it's not just my Mini. I had a look around the dealer the other day and literally all of the Minis were like this. So I have tried a selection of products. I'll put a photograph in. Auto Glint, Back to Black, Chemical Guys, and this 303 Aerospace product. They've all been on here, and this is now what it looks like. And probably the Back to Black went on at the most 2 weeks ago, and I don't do anything other than wash it. It's very warm here in Portugal, so maybe that's a thing. So what I've done is I've invested in a Gyeon trim, which is the O2 ceramic coating, and also AliExpress. Now Gyeon was around 42, 43 euros, and AliExpress with the delivery I think was under 5 euros. So I thought what I'd do for my own amusement and maybe yours is I would put Gyeon on the front, I'd put AliExpress on the back, and allow it to bake in Portugal's lovely heat of about 35 degrees it is today, and I'll drive around in it, I'll wash it a couple of times, and then for you it'll be at the end of this. Also what I will do is, because obviously AliExpress, this is a HGKJ auto product. I've never heard of them, but I looked it up and they seem to be quite a big company. So I'll put their little bit of fairly amusing promo, how to use at the end of this, and I'll also put Gyeon's much more professional one at the end of it. You've got to get something for 10 times the price or whatever it may be. As far as quantity is concerned, this is 30 mil. They say that that's 20 mil, but there's two of them. But who knows? I'm not going to drain them out and count them, the millilitres, but let's bring you in a bit closer and we'll have a look at where I'm going to start and what I'm going to do. I'm not sure how well this is going to show. It is going to show, I think. So you can see these odd marks. You'd think that they were cut in by a pressure washer, but they're not. It must be something in the manufacturing process, because as I said earlier, all the Minis do look like this. Now, they're the products I've already tried, because they're what we all had, and these are the products that I have spent my hard-earned on. So this is what you get in the kit. You get your ceramic coating with the Gyeon, you get this applicator, and it would appear, looking at the instructions, that you pop the gunk on here and just apply, as it says there, to the pre-washed vehicle. And this has had a lovely bath this morning. Now, I looked up online, and within reason they say exactly the same for this HGK product. So they supply these two bits of sponge, so I'm going to put them on there and again apply them, and they do say apply in a crisscross pattern, up and down, side to side, and then leave a period of time, which I'll confirm in a second, and then microfiber off. Let's see, hold on, confirm, wipe off if necessary shortly after your application. So there's no particular time limit on this, so that's what I will do. Got my clean microfiber ready, got my gloves ready. Let's crack on. Clearly the hardest thing for me was getting the blooming lid off. Doesn't say anywhere this can't be done by an idiot, so we're in the clear. So let's start with the Gyeon. So I've got the little applicator jobby. It doesn't really say how much, so let's give it, must need a fair bit. Less is more. Right, so I'll show you this one, then we'll do the AliExpress one. I'll speed it up because you're not going to be able to face too much of this. So let's see how we go. It's definitely a bit more than that. liking this quite a lot. Now, one thing I have noticed, it hasn't, whether you can see that, but I'll zoom in it when they're finished. There's a drip line there where obviously the water, when you wash it or the rain, comes out of this joint and then runs down there. Now, it's definitely not covering that. Right. I think I've done a pucker job. So I'm already disappointed with that bit there because I can clearly see that. So, not very difficult to apply. It says leave it a couple of seconds and then give it a microfiber rubbing. So I think I'll do that before I start Mr. AliExpress. Right. Well, it's certainly a vast improvement, but that's bugging me. That is bugging me. Anyway, I'm going to look around the other side, because if I've got another one of those, we might do a Mr. AliExpress on the other side. Bear with me. Change of plan. So what I'm going to do is, I've done Gyeon on that side, I'm going to do Mr. AliExpress on this side, I'm going to do Gyeon on the rear of this side. I'll have to watch this again and remember what I've done. And then I'm going to do AliExpress on the back so that we can look at one side and see what the difference is. So let's put Mr. AliExpress on this one and see if we can see any immediate difference. It doesn't drip out like the other one. It's a bit frothier. I would say it's easier to apply. The other one is a bit gooier, if that is a technical term that you understand. It's sort of more jelly-like, but this one you can definitely see the application. I'm a bit concerned now making those little lines that someone's done this in the past, but because every Mini looks like it, I'm going to say that it isn't ceramic coat that causes it. Right, that is that done. I don't like applying that as much, plus the lighting's not as good this side, so apologies. But let's give that a couple of seconds. And the line is definitely, weirdly, not as pronounced as the other side. Why? That's the driver's side. Why would that be? So let's give that a couple of seconds to flash off. And I'll give that a little polish in, and then I'll time-lapse it, because you're probably bored of looking at me already. But don't forget, I'm going to put the manufacturer's stuff at the end of this. So if you're bored with me already, flip forward and you can see the results, and then flip past that and you can see how it should be applied rather than an idiot like me doing it. But that's going to get a little bit of a polish from me. I am using the other side of the microfiber if that's of any interest to anyone, but this isn't as scientific as it should be. It's got a little bit on the paintwork. But when I was watching particularly this, whatever it's called, HGK, they were putting it all over, sort of all over, so I don't think it greatly matters. So there we go. Right, I will finish the car off and then you'll see me in a couple of weeks' time. This side is the better for lighting. So that is the Gyeon, as you can see. You can still see that, can't you? And then we go Gyeon along the bottom, and then we turn to the AliExpress one. And all I can say is they've both made a vast improvement, so I'm happy. I think putting them on, my money's going to be on the AliExpress one is much waterier is the term I'm going for. It's waterier and therefore easier to put on, other than the little sponge that they give you becomes very slippy, so I've dropped one and had to start with the other one. So the Gyeon goes on, it's much thicker, so my money is on Gyeon. Should be, so it's not the daft one to choose, but you will next see me, what should we give it, 2 weeks? So let's give it 2 weeks. I'll try and get it dirty. I'm definitely going to get it dusty. I'm going to wash it a couple of times with fluids and what have you, and then we'll be back. So as far as I'm concerned, cheerio, see you in a couple of weeks. Right, it's been about just over a week and I've washed it once, the Mini that is, and washed myself a bit more than that. And it's, oddly for Portugal, we're just into July and we've had rain, so it got quite dirty. It's not so dirty now, but let's have a little look round. So this is an AliExpress corner, and I can still see the lines in that. There we go to Gyeon, which is vastly superior. It's better light round here. So the first one is AliExpress, and really that's appalling. And down we go, bit of dirt, and we go down. That's not brilliant there, but I'm wondering whether that is my application rather than it. But what I'll do now is I'll blow the car off with a pressure washer, and I'm going to give it a snow foam with the so what we've got here, we've got the chemical gaze, so we've got a pre-wash in there. So basically we use that, we pre-dilute it into a big tub here so that we can pop it in there. So I'll time lapse this so you don't have to watch me. Bear with me, this isn't going to be great to one-handed on each. To be fair, this car has had a fair bit of ceramic coating, but that has vastly improved. That's Mr. AliExpress, and hopefully you can see it's beading quite well, and that is the Gyeon. And I've sort of overdone the pressure washing on these, so I'll dry it off and let's have a closer look. This is the Gyeon, and I think that's done a reasonably good job, bar this bit here, which I think must have been my application, because it's not very easy to see what's going on inside. And that clearly is the AliExpress, and other than my terrible washing job, not normally allowed, Nathan's away, I'm not normally allowed to wash the cars, and you could see why. That really isn't worth doing, is it? It beads the water off a bit, and this is the Gyeon side just for reference. Again, not done a brilliant job there, but it's vastly better, and the AliExpress end, what can we see there? Other than my face reflecting in my beautiful paintwork, my amethyst black. I do love the colour of that Mini. Anyway. So the answer to the question is it worth spending 40 euros over 5 euros on AliExpress and Gyeon? The answer is simple, it's yes. The AliExpress stuff isn't worth putting on if you've got those marks. They are completely visible. It got rid of them, but as it dried during that first day I could see them again. I've got some photos of it, and the Gyeon has taken them out, bar that going back to that little line that we had, which is the other side. May as well bore you a little bit more. It hasn't and doesn't seem to be able to get rid of that, but I'm going to have another reapply. But clearly that is by far superior, and that is really on a very quick test. I've probably again haven't left it long enough. It needs a few more days baking in the sun, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a clear win for Gyeon. And don't waste your money on £5 worth of ceramic coating from AliExpress. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed washing the car, and I enjoyed applying it because it does look better, but now I've got to obviously go over the AliExpress rubbish with Gyeon. But thanks for watching. A like and subscribe would be much appreciated, and we'll see you in the next one.
Let's find out. Before starting the application of Gyeon trim, it's really important that you clean your plastic or trim to remove it from any possible contaminants. Using Gyeon prep before starting this application is key. When you start application Gyeon trim, use a liberate amount on your suede applicator. Try to rub it into your plastic or trim, and then give it a final wipe down after 20 seconds with a good microfiber cloth. The application of Gyeon trim can be done on any type of plastic and even on your front or rear headlights of the car. The benefit of the product is it will give you a great UV protection, it will add depth to your plastic and leave a great finish. This will also be added with super hydrophobicity. Some advice we can give you: when you have really porous plastic, try to use our Gyeon microfiber applicator. Use the Gyeon trim and rub the product into the plastic porous structure. After that, when you're finished with the job, take a second one and give it a final wipe down.
I'll change all of my wicked ways, and happiness will start to make sense. Happiness will start to make